My name is Amber Clark, as we've kind of gone over. It is a long title. The neighborhoods has been added to the economics, so it makes it very long. Neighborhoods Economic Development Director. I've been trying to shorten it. Government loves acronyms, so I've been going NED. I don't know. You guys can toss out some ideas to me. Let me know what you think about that one. But I'm a Michigander. I was born in Saginaw, and my mom worked for Dow by the time that I came to our family. So we moved to Midland, and so I was raised in Midland. And I came to the Lansing area to finish my degree at Michigan State. So I am a Spartan, definitely a Spartan. And I bounced around a lot. So I know some people may have heard this already. I did work in Jackson. I live here though. So I've spent the last 2 years commuting. So this has been a huge relief to me. Yes, I know. When I'm telling the Environmental Commission I drove 45 minutes twice a day for 2 years. Yeah, I know. That's really bad. I feel bad. A lot of gas. A lot of gas. But it was me to really spread my wings. I'm really big into community engagement and into people. While I worked at Jackson, my title was assistant to the city manager. So again, a long title. I must really like that. And I staffed the Environmental Commission that they had just created in the city of Jackson. So it was brand new. And one of the first things we were charged with, obviously, was coming up with an environmental action plan. And so we copied a lot of our steps off of Meridian Townships. I obviously had a connection because I lived here, and I knew that your plan was sound, was well put together. So kudos and thank you for that, because now Jackson has kind of like some steps to take. So the neighborhoods portion has been added to my position. It's supposed to help us when we think about development, really focus our attention on everything that is related to the development. And this community is really great. They're very active. So anytime there's going to be a major development, people come out and they speak to it. But I think some of the time people don't know about the public hearings, or they don't know the process, or they feel like they shouldn't speak up. So we really added the neighborhoods portion to the title to kind of come up with an organized way to do better outreach to our neighborhoods about future development, whether it's a road project or, like a major development like the Village of Okemos. All of those neighborhoods that are surrounding that major redevelopment project are very interested in the steps that we're taking, what the developer is doing. And so thinking about that was something that the township manager really encouraged me to focus on. And so I was very happy for his support on that, because that's a big part of who I am, is being engaged with people. The township has a master plan goal to preserve and strengthen residential neighborhoods. We see that as a very valuable reason why people want to move here. And so that is another key reason why the title includes neighborhoods now. And so when I'm thinking about neighborhoods in what I want to make sure that I identify the same way most of our community residents feel about their neighborhoods. So I've lived in Meridian Township for 5 years. We moved here right when our son, he's in 5th grade now, so we moved here right when he started kindergarten, and I wanted to live in the community that he was going to start school in. I really wanted to be a very active member of the community that was going to raise him. So we lived on Marsh Road for the first 2-3 years when we first moved here. And so we just moved into our first house. It's great. Love having all of the community neighbors and the whole aspect of it. It's very interesting what you get when you move into a neighborhood, because ours is the one that the high school parade comes down. So every year for the homecoming, they do their homecoming parade. And it was kind of a shock because we had no idea that this was going to happen. This was our first fall, and then everyone's got cars lined up the street, and the kids are all freaking out, and we're kind of like coming home from work, like, what's going on? And then here's the band, and there's candy flying everywhere. So I absolutely love it. And I feel like every other person in our community that's a Meridian Township resident, whether they live in Haslett or Okemos, feels the same way, that, they are very well connected to their neighborhood and they like it. And I'm trying to make sure that we recognize that and maintain neighborhood identity. So, our neighborhood is very closely to Raleigh and to the Haslett Four Corners. So we think about that. A lot of the neighbors walk to the taco truck and they go get taco for dinner, and they're really keen on following the Pine Village development that's going to happen at those Four Corners. Make sure that all the development projects that we have going on are to our neighborhoods. So I'm trying to define that 15-minute neighborhood concept where you could walk or bike within 15 minutes of your house and be supported by many of the things that we need on a daily basis, like a grocery, banking, healthcare, that you could have access to nature and greenery, that you could do outdoorsy things all within a few minutes walk of your house. That's kind of how I feel right now. And I really enjoy all the activity. I like looking out of my window and seeing tons of people walking their dogs, biking, and families engaging, going down to Lake Lansing. You go down there in the summer and you see everybody at the corner and they're eating at what is now Cheesy D's, or they're going over to Lake Lansing. Like, that's the whole 15-minute neighborhood concept. So I'm really working to try to do a mixture of residential incomes, housing types, housing styles, so that we can continue to really grow and develop our neighborhoods like we really like. So this again talks about 15-minute neighborhoods a little bit more in depth. It also includes making sure that there's a green space or placemaking. So I'm a big green space placemaking type of person. So this is the best group to talk to. And I mean, I've got some ideas about places. I think the Haslett Four Corner Square needs a good green space. Something there that's pulling all of the neighborhood families to come up out of their homes. Maybe there's a little bit more dining going on in the area, and everybody's just kind of out and about in the evenings, just to have we enjoy great weather. I know we talk a lot about the bad weather here in Michigan because it gets so cold, but we have really great seasons. Most people really enjoy spring through fall, and it would be great to have a space right there to kind of call groups of people together of all diverse housing sizes and backgrounds. So, and then my future for the neighborhoods is that we have so many neighborhood associations and neighborhood groups. Some of the neighborhood groups are neighborhood watch groups. Some of them are neighborhood association groups. And then this is a map from next door, which has different neighborhood names and groups, completely different than the neighborhood associations we have already listed. What I'm going to do is kind of come up with an organized map, or some sort of way to organize the neighborhood homeowners associations that want to be included in this kind of directory map. It would be on the website eventually. People could put in an address and then find out what, if their address is in an association. They could learn about the association, what they do. Maybe there's a community project that's going on or something like that they would like to get other nearby neighborhoods to be in on. Some neighborhoods don't want to really be engaged with, is what I found. I think that, they're either small or maybe they don't have they're not as organized anymore, because again, these are just volunteers. So, but I have gotten a lot of feedback, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the neighborhood associations wanting to engage. So that's been pleasant. So the plan is to come up with an organized, to have our homeowners associations organized in a visual way for people who are new to the community to know what's going on. It's also great for developers because, we have a major proposed development project, the ANDEP project with the Planning Commission, and they needed to end up reaching out to the nearby neighborhood associations and sit down and have a few public meetings to talk about the development and to kind of come to some terms about different things that were happening in the area. And that's even a step that can alleviate some of the development process, especially having public meetings. So it's really a great tool to have, and Meridian Township is so great. It operates like a city, even though it's a township. So there's so much going for it, and there's so much information. I really feel like having this kind of organized will really help the people who already live here know, in a visual way where everything is and what's going on kind of in the world around them, but then also inviting people when they move to our community that it's organized and they already kind of know, who are the players and where everything is.